Welcome back to Cash In on IT, the podcast where we dive into the world of IT education and industry insights. This season, we brought you a mix of engaging conversations with community partners, faculty, and students, all highlighting how MCC is preparing the next generation of IT professionals. From real-world student experiences to faculty expertise, we've covered a lot of ground in how MCC is getting students ready to meet the IT workforce demands. We kicked off the season with a great conversation with MCC's own Jared Bernard. Jared shared how the IT department goes above and beyond to prepare students for the workforce.
I think learning the conceptual stuff is important, but I think the way in which you learn the conceptual stuff has to be applied.
Okay.
And I think that's where community college and a you get more bang for your buck in that.
In episode 2, we heard from Maria White, an MCC student who secured a full-time role as an automation test engineer. She told us about how MCC's programs and faculty helped her land that opportunity.
I think honestly just getting both of my internships and having that ability to, like I said, navigate the corporate America world was like a big thing or a big accomplishment because I wouldn't have had those opportunities without Metro and Avenue Scholars. So.
In episode 3, I sat down with David Ballard, MCC's workforce development coach, and Sheila Schlossler, our scholarship director. They talked about how many incredible scholarship opportunities are out there for our IT students.
Some of our scholarships can be used for just tuition and fees, but some can be used for books, supplies. Some can go home for living costs as well, transportation, personal expenses, things like that. We're going to keep considering you every single quarter for scholarships if you applied.
In episode 4, I spoke with Thomas Minich and Ross Pinsinger, 2 IT students who shared how MCC's courses and faculty have set them up for success. They also stressed the importance of staying disciplined in your studies.
I had a really good experience transferring from Metro to UNO. All my credits transferred and they transferred as what I intended them to, so I was able to continue with UNO right where I left off at Metro, and I'm on track to actually complete my bachelor's degree by May of next year.
Episode 5 was one for tech enthusiasts. I sat down with Steve Saunders, MCC faculty, to talk all things artificial intelligence. Plus, Steve gave some useful tips for landing your dream job or internship in IT.
I would get out and network with industry professionals, ask them questions. That would be my advice, and I think the more exposure you get to be around people in the industry already or asking questions, I think that reduces anxiety and helps you with interviews too.
In episode 6, we had the chance to hear from Lisa Marshall and Alicia Huntington from Mutual of Omaha. They shared advice on how to succeed in an internship with Mutual of Omaha and how our partnership with them is creating incredible opportunities for MCC students.
And those that will be the most successful are those that can communicate, interact skills with each other, be part of a team, and be willing to give and take and share. That's so important.
For episode 7, I welcomed Ryan Dorn, the Associate Dean of the College of IS&T at UNO. We discussed how our partnership is helping students transfer smoothly from MCC to UNO. We also dove into the benefits of seamless transitions into IT education.
The partnership with MCC has been absolutely fantastic, and so our goal is to just make sure that if a student is trying to come from MCC to UNO, we want that to be as seamless as possible. And so what we've been working on is this new framing of how those transfer agreements work called guided pathways. It provides an advising guide for students while they're at MCC to take the classes that are going to maximize credit transfer and applicability towards their bachelor's degree when they get to UNO.
In episode 8, we got the inside scoop from Bellevue University's IT faculty, Douglas Roush, Patrick Nyland, and Jeremy Crump. They shared what life as an IT student at Bellevue is like, plus some tips on how students can stand out when entering the workforce.
You can do cybersecurity, but I'll tell you, cybersecurity looks different in a bank than it looks at a water treatment plant, that it looks at someone doing retail or fintech. If that individual understands how do I apply cybersecurity to this business, that's what's going to make them money.
In our final episode, we split it into 2 parts. First, I sat down with Guillermo Rosas, MCC faculty, to discuss how we are giving students the hands-on experiences they need, even in the classroom.
Student that goes through Intro to IT, it's a survey course, which means they're going to cover a broad array of topics. We had spare equipment, and so we've reused Raspberry Pis to actually have them build small computers and install operating systems, but they're getting a taste of what all of these little things look like. And so from there, they could segue into our A+ aligned classes, which are PC Repair 1 and 2.
In the second part of episode 9, we heard from current students Noah, Nathan, and Chandler. Noah's story of transitioning from physical labor to pursuing an IT career is inspiring, and he shares some great advice for anyone starting out.
if I take this risk now, if I just apply, if I try and do it, I can do this and completely reinvent myself as a person.
Right.
I could change my entire life. I could change the life of my family. Definitely take the risk. You are capable of more than you even know. And our biggest judges are ourselves.
Right. On behalf of the entire MCC department, I want to thank you for tuning in and supporting Cash In on IT. A huge shout out to our producers and editors, Taylor Strawn, Julia Dees, Nate Tweedy, and Nathan Ronisser for making this podcast possible. Don't forget to check out our YouTube and Spotify channels for the past episodes, and be sure to join us for more exciting conversations in Season 3, which will be launching in February 2025. Thank you.